Hello, good morning, and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the Smart Device application, Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar in the description below. Anyway, I am A.O. Xander, and today is Thursday, also known as Thursday, August 11th, 2022. I might be joined by Sir Scott here in a little bit, but we shall see. So let's start off this date in history. In 1885, $100,000 was raised in the U.S. for pedestal for Statue of Liberty. Like and a lot of people don't know this, but the star shape, it looks like a fortress, like one of those old, like colonial era fortresses, because it was. That actually is a fortress, and then they just converted it to a pedestal and added everything onto it. So $100,000. So 1885, 100,000, 1885 is worth $3,054,391.75 today, which that is a lot of money, but that is, actually not bad for a statue pedestal, if I'm correct. Anyway, moving on up into 1908, King Edward the Seventh of Britain met with Emperor Wilhelm of Friedrichsdorf, Germany. This main point of contention is the increasing size of Germany's navy. Yeah, so the United Kingdom was like, hey, we don't want any competition. Wah. 1919, Green Bay Packers Football Club, founded by George Calhoun and Curly Lambeau, named after sponsor Indian Packing Company. Alright. Oh, okay, so the Green Bay Packers, the football club, which turned into the team. So, they were originally sponsored by the Indian Packing Company. So they're the Packers. That's interesting. 1926, Cleveland Indians future Baseball Hall of Fame outfielder Therese Speaker hit his 700th double in 7-2 loss to Chicago White Sox at Dunfield, Cleveland. Dang. So even though he lost the game, he got his 700, so that's something. 2 years later, 1928, New York Giants future Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher Carl Hubble registered first MLB victory, a 4-0 shutout of Philadelphia Phillies at the Polo Grounds in New York City. 365 days later in New York, 1929, New York Yankees slugger Babe Ruth became the first MLB player to hit 500 home runs off of Will Houdin in a 6-5 loss to Indians at League Park, Cleveland. See, even the great Bambino had his losses. Dang. And kind of like the same thing that this guy up here did. Like, he got his 500th, but he still lost. But 7-2 is worse than 6-5. So, but Moving on up into 1937, The Life of Emile Zola, directed by William Dirtiel and starring Paul Mooney, premiered in New York, later to receive the Best Picture in 1938. Nice. 1943, Richard Strauss's second horn concert premiered. Alright. 1944, British Premier Winston Churchill arrived in Italy. Alright. Also that time, Klaus Barbie, Gestapo head of Lyon, France, left for Auschwitz. Yeah, Klaus Barbie, the Barbie Museum in the movie Rat Race. Go check out that movie, it's pretty funny. 1945, Allies refused Japan's offer to surrender on the condition that Emperor Hirohito retains his status. Yes, zero conditions, or zero-term surrender, or whatever the actual word for it is. We wanted complete and total subjugation. 1949, Gaston Eyskens formed the Belgian government. That's cool. I wonder who invented the Belgian waffle, though. I haven't had one of those in years. 1950, Ethel Rosenberg testified before a grand jury on allegations of spying for the Soviet Union. Well, apparently she must have been convicted. It just says Soviet spy, so... And she doesn't look too trustworthy. She looks like, a babushka. 1950 as well, in a 4-for-38 slump, New York Yankees great Joe DiMaggio was benched for the first time. Replacement Cliff Mapes hit a home run in a 7-6 win over Philadelphia Athletics. 4 for 38, though. Did he lose 38? Like, that's rough, dude. 1957, Paul Hindemith's opera Harmonie der Welt premiered in Munich, which is, of course, Germany. Why does he look like an ice cream man? 1961, Milwaukee Braves future Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher Warren Spahn recorded career victory number 300, defeating the Cubs 2-1 at County Stadium, Milwaukee. Nice. Oh, Mr. Baseball Kisser. 1968, Satchel Paige, at the age of 62 and needing 158 days on an MLB payroll to qualify for a pension, was signed by the Atlanta Braves. He doesn't pitch and becomes a coach. Nice. That's really good. You know, like, give people a break, you know? Just a little bit of a break every now and then. 1 year later, 1969, future baseball HOF's Hall of Famer Don Drysdale, the last Los Angeles Dodger to have played in Brooklyn, retired because of damage to his right pitching shoulder. The end of an era. Yeah, my mom, when she was born in Brooklyn, she was a fan of the Brooklyn Dodgers. Then at some point they moved out to Vegas. They were there for a while, and then at some point she was out here in California, and the Dodgers came. So yeah. 1970, future baseball HOF pitcher Jim Bunning, what the hell? Became the second Cy Young Award winner to win 100 games in both National League and American League. Phillies defeated Houston 6-5 at the Astrodome. Interesting. 1971, Harmon Killebrew hit his home runs number 500 and 501. All right. 1973, American Graffiti, directed by George Lucas, opened in cinemas across the United States. I don't think he really got his big break until like Star Wars or something, but I don't know much about his what he did before that. Like, I know he did Star Wars and Indiana Jones, probably a couple other stuff, but yeah. Anyway, 1974 PGA Championship Men's Golf at Tanglewood Park. Lee Trevino won the first of his 2 PGA Championships, 1 stroke ahead of defending champion Jack Nicklaus. Ooh. 2 years later, in 1976, The Who drummer Keith Moon collapsed and was hospitalized in Miami, Florida. Ooh, that's not good. I wonder what happened to him. 1978, the funeral of Pope Paul VI was held in the Vatican. Yep. R.I.P. 1980, Yanks Reggie Jackson hit his 400th home run off Chicago's Britt Burns. Yeah, there we go. Mr. Sohan. Mr. Sohan, how you doing?
Okay.
We are in 1984.
Hold on, I gotta get to the website.
Alright. While you do it, I'll take the first 1984 here. The British 1-2 in the 1500 meter at the Los Angeles Olympics, with Sebastian Coe edging teammate Steve Cram to become the only man to successfully defend his Olympic 1500 meter title. Well, with how the term edging is nowadays, that doesn't seem too sportsmanlike, you know? Like,
wait, edging?
Yeah, he edged his, it says, Sebastian Coe edging teammate Steve Cram to become the only man to successfully defend his Olympic 1500 meter title. So not only did he edge him, but his last name was Cram. Coe edged Cram. I don't know.
God.
Sounds awful.
Edging champion.
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit, man. If only they know what it means now.
Yeah.
They would be like, that is disgusting, and we need to annihilate half the world. Well, I'm saying it.
Yeah.
We
I
do
disagree.
need to
So.
just take them up and bang, bang.
Goddamn.
Come on. Internet. There we go.
Hooray.
World record. 1984. Carl Lewis duplicates Jesse Owens' 1936 feat, winning his 4th Olympic gold medal as part of the U.S. 400 meter relay team world record. Ooh.
What was the record?
37 seconds
Yeah, 37.
and 83 milliseconds.
Yeah, 37.83 seconds. So
God
dang.
damn, he is fast. And I'm gonna do this one too.
Yeah.
Oh, another one. Another 84.
Yep. Oh, we're stuck in 84 here.
August loves 84.
Yeah.
1984, Cincinnati Reds retire Johnny Bench, number 5 uniform.
Oh, look
I
how
was wondering
sad
if that's
he
where they
looks.
got Johnny 5 from.
Huh. Maybe.
Well, never.
Well, I mean, like it might be documented somewhere. They might have asked him on some interview, you know.
1984, during a radio voice test, U.S. President Reagan jokes he signed legislation that would outlaw Russia forever. We began bombing in 5 minutes. Who knows? He probably did.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. Like during a radio voice test, he joked, but there is a recording of him saying that, and at some point it got leaked, and Russia got really mad.
Hey, maybe he should keep his fucking mouth shut.
Yeah, because because he did stuff like that all the time apparently. Because like he was an actor, so he did like ad lib things, and some of the stuff he ad libbed, you know, were not that very politically correct. And I'm not even talking about everything racism. I'm talking about like potentially war-starting comments with other nations, like what we just read.
But remember, pretty much, he was the best president according to most fucking Republicans.
Well, he was a TV star, and their job is to bedazzle you, and he did a good job.
Some presidents.
Yeah.
Also, 1988. Ooh, that is 34 years ago.
Yeah.
Al-Qaeda formed at a meeting between Osama bin Laden, Ayman al-Zawahiri, and Dr. Khalid in Peshawar, Pakistan.
Ah, so this is the start of Al-Qaeda. Wow.
Yes.
So I'm just...
That's your turn.
I'm just slightly older than Al-Qaeda by like a year and change. Wow.
Yes, you're older than Al-Qaeda. I'm the same age as Al-Qaeda.
Oh god. 1989, Voyager 2 discovered 2 partial rings of Neptune. Cool.
That's nice.
1992, Oakland A's ripped Joe Canseco for leaving stadium before end of game. Ooh.
Wait, they killed him?
No, they ripped...
Fuck no. Well, believable, because it's Oakland.
Oh my god. No. But they ripped him, whatever that means. Like, maybe just like, like, yo, bro, like, hey, why'd you leave? We're still playing. I don't know why I'm talking that way.
You asshole.
In 1993, Pope John Paul II visited Mexico. Oh, that's cool.
Nice. One of the good popes.
Oh, your turn, I believe.
Okay. Also in 1993, Red Sox Roger Clemens pitched 2,000 strikeout Danny Tarlbot, New York Yankees.
Wait, was he Yankees? Because don't they also have the Mets?
Well, no, New York. It was New York. Probably the Mets.
Yeah. Actually, Danny...
So the Reds...
I can look that up, actually. Danny Tartabull.
That looks like the Yankees.
Oh, wow. He played 14 seasons in Major League Baseball for the Seattle Mariners, Kansas City Royals, New York Yankees, Oakland Athletics, Chicago White Sox, and Philadelphia Phillies. Good lord. This guy's like a Winnebago. He's everywhere.
Yes, he is. Also, 1998, Palestine Liberation Organization, or the PLO, and Palestine National Authority, or the PNA, Yasser Arafat, arrived in Cape Town on his first state visit to South Africa and the invitation of President Nelson Mandela. Man, he looks...
That should be... sorry to interrupt, but that should be, something that people should look at. Nelson Mandela thinks that Palestine is good, then support Palestine. Stop this Israel aggression. You know, like.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman said it's okay.
Morgan Freeman. I have one more here.
Yeah. I got okay. Ooh, 2002 British Open Women's Golf Turnberry Elisa Resort. Carrie Webb wins by 2 strokes from fellow Austrian Michelle Ellis and Paula Martini. Fifth different major from Webb career Super Slam. At WWE Super Slam.
Now you said Austrian, but I think that was Australian.
I mean Australia.
Yeah.
Australia.
I've done that mistake too. It's like they're too close. Like there's Austria and Australia. Australia is just Austria with an L, but they're like on opposite sides of the world. It's just like, oh god.
Australia is nothing but British Texans.
That is true.
Minus the guns.
Minus the guns. That is true. I see we are joined by the great Scott.
Oh,
Correct,
also to add about that, fucking spiders, shitload of spiders.
Oh god, yeah, the spiders, the drop bears, the people, the heat. Like Australia, just like every facet of Australia is trying to kill you. Even the plants are dangerous.
Man, remember that thing in World War II about the parachuting pandas, the koalas?
Oh my god. Yeah, that's right. Like, like Australia paradrop koalas in what, Tokyo or something?
Somewhere.
Yeah, that was.
We're going off track though.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
Yeah, that's all right. Mr. Scott, why don't you actually? Is it still Sohan's turn? I don't know anymore.
I got
Where
2000.
are we at?
We are at
In
2005.
And that is in historic
Main
events,
body, yeah,
or-
events.
Okay.
Yeah.
So almost the end, I assume.
That is funny though about the pandas.
Yeah, the not the pandas, it was koalas.
We got koalas.
Oh my god, can you imagine China airdropping pandas? Like,
God.
that's another type of Panda Express that I don't want to be involved in. So,
Are we at sports history?
sports history, 2005. Yes.
All right. So whose ever turn it is?
It's your turn.
It's your turn.
Okay, so 2005, American Justin Gatlin becomes only the second athlete to take sprint double, winning 200 meters in 20.04 at the World Championships in Helsinki, Finland.
Looks like 20.04 seconds.
Right.
By the way,
right.
remember that name because I scrolled down. You see him again.
Justin Gatlin?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You got 2 more.
Yep. Go for it, Scott.
Senor Scott. Mr. Scott Summers.
You there, Scott?
Yes, I'm here.
2008, dude.
Next one.
Yeah.
Okay. 2008, AirBNB is founded by Brian Chesky, Joe Gebbia, and Nathan Bleckshark. Something like that.
So they started
What?
the Airbnb stuff.
Yeah, that's interesting. So,
Yeah.
So wait, wait, Airbnb and Al-Qaeda have the same birthday. Holy shit! Like, what the fuck?
Maybe Al-Qaeda started at an Airbnb.
Oh my god. No, wait,
You got one more.
that would make sense if it was reversed. Maybe Airbnb started at an Al-Qaeda meeting. It's just like, you know what we need to make a worldwide maneuver better? Like, start a hotel service, like Trivago.
Yeah.
There you go. You got one more. 2008.
All right, 2008. The U.S. 4x100 meters freestyle replay team of Michael Phelps, Garrett Weber, Gale, Colin Jones, and Jason Lezak beats France by 8 seconds to win gold and smash world record at the Beijing Olympics.
Dang. So wait a minute. So Beijing had an Olympics in 2008. Then they had another one in
Yeah.
2000.
That's
20
got
or
to be the
something?
one we talked about, like, because Michael Phelps was part of that team, and he like ended that 2008 Olympics with that world record or whatever it was.
Yeah, well, I'm just wondering, like, how did China get the Olympics back to back pretty much? Like, 2008 and 2021, right? Or 2022? Because they had another Olympics in Beijing recently, right?
I haven't watched it, but it's every like what 4 years, so
At the winter, they had the Winter Olympics
The
there.
winter, okay. Okay, that makes
They didn't have the
sense.
summer, they had the winter.
Okay,
Tokyo had the Olympics.
yeah, that's right, okay. Yeah, that's right, yeah, they had, like, the slopes and everything, and everywhere else was an industrial wasteland, and oh my god. The aerial shots of those Olympics were horrifying. Anyway, moving on up into 2013, Usain Bolt of Jamaica recorded best time of the year at 9.77 seconds to edge out U.S. Justin Gatlin and win 100 meters at the World Athletics Championship in Moscow, Russia.
So,
another edger.
if anybody doesn't know, Usain Bolt is the guy who does his little arrow thing after he's done. That's like his.
Like the
You
pointing
know.
up or something, or
It's almost like a mixture between pointing up and doing a dap.
huh? I've never
Yeah.
seen it. Like, I know Usain Bolt, like, you know, he's like, you know, fast. So, and yeah,
He's a
there's
wholesome
Justin
person,
Gatlin.
too. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's Usain Bolt's a wholesome person.
Yeah.
During one interview, he stopped the interviewer to pay respects to the our national anthem.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Like I only know him on the stats aspect. Like I know how good he was and like some of his
I'll see you.
idiosyncrasies.
I'll put the video on Michael's after.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't know if you know some sports guys, they have their idiosyncrasies, their special, things that they celebrate with. So I know his. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, you know, that became a little bit of a meme. I mean, like in Happy Gilmore, his nemesis Shooter McGavin. He's always like, finger guns, because he's
Right,
Shooter,
right.
So yeah.
Right.
Anyway, 2015, during the Greek debt crisis, European Commission announced a bailout with Greece and its creditors had been agreed in principle, but not in action.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's not good.
I didn't know Greece had a economic crisis.
Oh, dude, they drove down the entire European Union. Like they
Ooh.
were like in huge debt, in a huge crisis. It became a joke for a while, and it was serious. And they started devaluing the euro and all that stuff. And then that was one of the reasons why the UK wanted to be out. That's why Brexit, was a thing, and then eventually did happen because, if a country is having horrible economic deficiencies, it affects everything because they're all united. You're only as strong as your weakest link, and that's where Greece was.
Yeah.
And they didn't want part of that. So, as well as other, things, but, the Greece situation didn't help, and I think they're still in trouble. So, anyway, 2020, just 2 years ago, Belarus's opposition leader, Sviatlana Tsikhanouskaya, fled the country amid large-scale protests over the country's disputed election results that returned dictator Alexander Lukashenko to power. Ooh.
Damn.
Dang, Belarus.
She looks angry. Like she looks like she looks like Greta Thunberg and somebody else combined together.
Yeah, she looks like a round Greta Thunberg.
I don't mean to change the subject to the last thing we talked about, but if you think about it, like, European currency is still a little bit more than American, and Canadian is like 3/4, so it's like $10. American is $7.50 Canadian. So I'm wondering how that's going to change going forward.
I thought Canada was better economically. Like, I thought their dollar was higher value than ours.
No, they're less. They're less.
Wait, so they went back to less?
I guess. Well, UK, like the British pound, is still a little bit more, and as far as I know, Canada is a little bit less, like 3/4.
I
don't. If you want to look it up, you want to look it up.
Yeah, I am right here. One United States dollar equals $1.27 Canadian.
Really?
Yeah. So.
When did that change?
Well, I don't know, but like at one point it was 131. That was a while ago, but no, like
It goes up and down.
Yeah.
That stuff goes up and down all the time.
Yeah. Well, I remember Canada's dollar being better than ours, a while ago. Like I was as surprised as you are right now.
That's so weird because I had some Canadian currency here, and I was like, if you go to the bank, they'll give you like, 3/4 of what it is. But if you have a British pound or some British money, that's like more. So that was in the last few years. I mean, maybe it's different now, but
Yeah, well, that exchange rate, man. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I'd been to Canada, and I remember giving them a couple dollars, and then I get all this weird money and everything, the loonies and the toonies and whatnot. But like, it's obviously the same value. It's just like the more money a country has, the less value it is because it's based, its value is based off of, unfortunately no longer gold standard or anything like that. The U.S. dollar is based off of the U.S. dollar. It's based off itself and the trust that we as a society give it. And, so that's how Zimbabwe, they literally have $1 trillion bills because their economy is such crap.
Right.
Yeah. Like, it's crazy. And that's...
Yeah, I've always kind of studied it a little bit because I have a decent little foreign money collection. So it's kind of interesting learning about just the exchange rates,
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let me put this in the notes because I would like to talk about this in the Jabberwocky. So,
Okay,
economy,
sounds good.
exchange rates, Canada versus Canada.
Man, y'all pretty much discussing Forex.
What?
Y'all pretty much discussing Forex.
Forex?
That's what they're doing now with that.
What's a Forex?
It's pretty much some way to some people are investing.
Is it like an NFT or something? Or is this a new term? Like, what is this?
No, Forex is like this foreign exchange shit. You put money into a certain currency.
Okay.
As it goes up and down, and you cash out like fucking stocks.
Oh, I didn't understand that at first. 4X means foreign exchange. Okay, I understand that. So, you're just saying 4X. I'm like, what the hell, 4 times? Like, what are you saying? Like,
I guess for me, it's just the fact of having multiple currencies from different countries and just learning about how their exchange rates go. I mean, there's people who buy, they buy and trade foreignly and they're doing that thing, but I guess it was just a different standpoint on my point,
Yeah. Well, anyway, who wants the next 2020? Mr.
I'll do it.
All right.
Next 2020 involves 2020 President Vladimir Putin in a propaganda stunt announced Russia has become the first country to gain regulatory approval to a COVID-19 vaccine called Sputnik 5.
Sputnik!
Despite no scientific data being published or phase 3 trials have ever been begun.
Wow, they really called it Sputnik?
Yeah.
Wow,
We just talked about that, the first satellite in space, right?
Yes. Well, the first man-made object in space was a German V-2 rocket during testing to see if they can indeed just start missiling Britain, which they could and they did. So, great.
Also, in 2020, U.S. Democratic candidate President Byron announces California Senator Harris as his running mate. First woman of color. First black woman. I'm not saying the first woman of color. That makes it sound worse. Selected by a major party.
Oh my god.
A woman of color.
Like, when did ethnicity and like these other like stupid check marks become more important than, you know, things like, I don't know, skill, you know, validity.
Yeah, true.
Like,
Yeah, it would have to be. Like, I've seen some things with, like, the first black,
Well-
general, right? They've
Well-
had this.
yeah, but they actually earned that, you know?
Well,
Exactly.
Colin Powell actually earned. Yeah, Colin Powell earned that.
Yeah. Colin Powell.
Yeah, so what I was saying is there's just been appointed some first black generals. It's like you have to earn all this stuff. So, I mean, it stands out that, a certain race has only gotten certain, things for a while. But, I don't think it's like racially motivated unless it is, and that's just higher up, stuff. But I don't think it is, though. I think they earn their position.
The older ones did, yeah. Anything in the past 2, 3, some odd years, I don't think that they earned it. Maybe some did, but like, certainly Kamala Harris, not. As a Californian, I can tell you, like, she's done some things out here that just absolutely disgusting. So
her law,
there's a problem.
her crime bills were fucking magnificent. They were.
Xander.
Yeah.
I was thinking there's a problem nowadays, right? Like, you have political people and or presidents that they will kind of be popular publicly, but the people don't understand the policies and what they're actually fighting for. So you'll see them on media, right? And they'll be like the popular media figure, but it's like, what are they doing for us, like, in their policies and stuff?
See, that's been the problem the entire time. That's absolutely nothing new because nobody looks into all this stuff. And, like, if you get, like, you used to get, like, things mailed to you, like a sample ballot and all that stuff, like, and it gives you, like, some, blurbs about these people and their policies or what the bills are, what the proposals are, what, all these things are. But, like, if you really pay attention, they're worded, weirdly and in order to confuse you. All the propositions, Proposition 8, yada yada, but it's like, what is it really? Like, it's like...
Yeah, exactly, because you have they just freaking put out, Biden's gaffes and all this public crap that he's horrible with, but, I look into the things behind the scenes, and it's like, his policies are just, people are, it depends on who you are, but you need a strong president, is my point. It's like...
Yeah. Definitely.
If you want to elaborate.
We have one article left here. Who wants it?
2021?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, sorry, I was going off on a tangent there. Alright. 2021, Argentine soccer superstar Lionel Messi is confirmed signing a rich 2-year contract with French League One champions Paris Saint-Germain after leaving FC Barcelona.
Oh. FC stands for
Football Club Barcelona.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lionel Messi is just a popular soccer player. I'm not into the whole football, but yeah.
Which, by the way, soccer, the term soccer was, to call that sport that name, was invented by the Britons. And then we adopted it because, at the time we were, controlled by Britain or something like that. We were still, like, a British-based society, as far as, like, backgrounds and whatnot, where we came from. And then they went on to football. They also invented the imperial system, inches, feet, like Fahrenheit, all that stuff. And then they went to Celsius.
Liters.
So, yeah. So, like, they invented all the stuff that they mock us that we still use. It's like, this is your planet,
Celsius.
Yes. Celsius.
Yeah.
Celsius.
Yeah, all that, yeah. I would have to, like, learn half of that stuff to just be on their plane.
Yeah. Anyway, Mr. Sohan, actually before we go into person deaths, were there any articles that grabbed anybody's attention more than most?
Al-Quaeda, be informed.
Be informed?
Al-Quaeda be informed.
Oh yeah, Al-Qaeda being formed. Yeah, that's right. And what was the other one? More recently?
AirBNB?
Yeah. That's wild.
Oh, right.
AirBNB and Al-Qaeda share a birthday.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, like 1885, $100,000 was raised for the U.S. It was raised in the U.S. for the pedestal for the Statue of Liberty. Like as I said earlier in the show, like it's a the bottom of the Statue of Liberty, it's a star shape because that used to be a fort, a military fort, and then it was like abandoned, decommissioned, all that stuff for like God knows how long, and then they're just like, oh hey, let's just build a statue on there. So they raised $100,000 for the pedestal to put the statue on top of that. So, which is like, I think it was like $3 million some odd dollars or something in today's money, which is $3 million for that pedestal is pretty damn cheap,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
What about you though, Scott? Any articles that grab your attention?
Well, we discussed them a little bit. I think I went off on a tangent, like I think just talking about some of the ending articles, I would just, I lost track just because we were going on to the next subject, but it was just basically what we talked about in today's society, like exchange rate, rate, and just stuff like that, like. We talked about it.
Yeah, we were
right?
talking about the Greek debt crisis. That's right.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
we
yeah.
were going on, and then the whole Canada thing and all that stuff. Yeah, that was a wild combo. Fun.
Yeah, exactly. That's what my point is. That's what I'm pointing out.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to births and deaths here. Sohan, why don't you start us off?
Sure, I'll start us off. Let me get to it again. I had 1864.
1858.
Okay, good. 1858. Christian Eijkman, a Dutch physician and bacteriologist, Nobel Prize in Medicine, 1929. Born in Utrecht, Netherlands.
Nijkerk. What name is
Yes.
that? Nijkerk. It sounds like a threat or a slang or something. I don't know. It sounds like something. Like, I'm gonna Nijkerk your arm. You're gonna what? Now
He was a
1864.
bacteriologist.
Yeah.
Probably a study of bacteria.
Yep. Now we go to
And-
1864.
1864. Eftherinos Bellaninos, Prime Minister of Greece, 1910 to 1915, 1917 to 20, 1924, and 1928, 1932, 1953. Born in Monneries, China, create Ottoman Empire. Wow.
Dang.
Wait, did you say the Ottoman Empire?
Ottoman Empire.
Yes.
I
It was
have,
still the Ottoman Empire during that time.
I have an Ottoman Empire coin.
A fork?
coin.
It's called a.
Oh, a coin.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not like valuable too much or anything, but it's old. I just noticed it from the Ottoman Empire, so I thought that was cool. I think it's like late 1800s.
Dude, that is valuable. I mean, you won't be able to like buy a Snickers bar with it, but like it has value because of its historical significance. It's of a country that no longer exists. In a very
Shit,
significant
what are you talking
way.
about? You told me you won't be able to buy a Snickers bar with it. You'll be able to buy stocks and Snickers if you sell it.
Yeah. Actually, hold on a
I'll
second.
share it. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I'll share it with you. It's like worth basically on its silver value, but I don't think it's worth anything on its historical value.
Well, let's see here.
I will show you.
Ottoman Lyra. Yeah.
This one is a Kursk or something.
Kursk.
Yeah, like Kurs something, KH or something.
KUR. Okay, I have KURSC and KURSK.
I'll get you. Hold on.
Okay. Well, anyway, while you're doing that, I'm going to take us on up to 1897. We have Enid Blyton was born on this date. She was an English children's writer, the 5th most popular author in the world, Famous 5, Secret 7, and The Adventure, born in London, England, dying in 1968.
Damn.
And we have, hey, Alex Haley. Born on the state in 1921, he was a U.S. writer, autobiography of Malcolm X and Roots, born in Ithaca, New York, dying in 1992. Oh, wow. So this guy...
He made Roots.
Yeah. Or he wrote Roots. That you'd say that 10 times fast. Wrote Roots. Wrote a rooter. You know.
And 1943.
Hold on. I
Pervez.
think it's, isn't it Scott's turn?
Yeah, Scott's turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott's turn.
Oh, sorry. All right. Sorry.
That's okay.
I was doing the picture thing. All right.
Yeah.
So, what year are we at?
1943.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, I see.
I apologize. Hold on.
That's all right.
I'm coming.
I'm looking at the picture you sent. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Okay. I'm waiting as my phone is loading the picture.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, I'll just take this one here. 1943, we have Pervez Musharraf. Is a Pakistani general and politician. He was the 10th president of Pakistan from 2001 through 2008. He was born in Delhi, British India. Oh, yeah, that's right. So, yeah, that was before India formed as a nation.
Right around World War II.
Well, that is during World War II, 1943. World War II was 39 through 45. Yeah, so, because Britain lost a lot of what they had left after the war, because the whole push for end of the colonial era, decolonization, more independence for countries and everything. They were demanding that for Italy, because Italy had a lot of colonies and stuff in Africa, and so did France and Britain, but they had to give it all up too.
Yeah.
They sacrificed a lot themselves, for the greater good.
Yeah, understandable, but that could be lost in the fray of just World War II if you don't understand that part of it.
Yeah, but
So
the British Raj, what became India, was still part of the British, monarchy and whatnot, until 56 or something. I don't know.
Right. So, okay, are we to the next date?
You got the
You
Waz! 1950.
Yeah, I noticed that. With compared to Steve Jobs. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So, 1950, Steve Wozniak, American pioneer of the personal computer revolution of the 1970s and co-founder of Apple Computer, born in San Jose, California.
Yeah, that's just south of San Francisco, or San Fran. That's where the Winchester Mystery House is. So. And you got another good one, bro.
1953, Hulk Hogan, otherwise known as Terry Bollea, WWF Heavyweight Champion, 1984 to 1989, born in Augusta, Georgia.
Man, he's my favorite wrestler.
And they had his family on a TV show. They just exploited them all.
Oh yeah, that's right. He had a TV show for a while.
Yeah.
Well, it does.
Yep.
Oh, okay. You know what?
1950. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna pull an executive decision. I'm gonna take this one. This guy is one of my idols. 1967, we have Joe Rogan, a U.S. television host, comedian, and podcaster. Fear Factor, the Joe Rogan Experience, born in Newark, New Jersey. He was born there. Well, that explains why he hosted Fear Factor. But yeah, and I'm sorry, Sohan, for taking that from you. This guy.
That is where I first saw Joe Rogan, the Fear Factor.
Yeah. And I was telling that to my dad the other day, because Dad every now and then, he's now watching Tim Pool, he's watching China Uncensored and all that stuff, and
He had a full head of hair back in the day.
Yeah, back when he had hair.
Yeah, but he's got some insightful stuff on his stand-up. Like, that is just...
Yes.
That's mind-blowing. So, and
Yeah.
like, he's of course got his podcast now, and he's very popular.
Mm-hmm. He's like the number one podcast in the world and all that stuff.
Right,
Okay. 1983, Chris Hemsworth, Australian actor, Thor and the Avengers. Born in Melbourne, Victoria. I didn't even know he was Australian.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he has
Doesn't
that
know to me.
accent. Because that's what heroes do.
Yeah,
That's what heroes do.
Yep. We educate.
And go to death.
Yep. Moving on into death, starting us off in 1919, we have Andrew Carnegie, a Scottish-American industrial, steel tycoon, and philanthropist, and one of the richest Americans ever, died of bronchial pneumonia at the age of 83. Yes, this is a guy who his namesake is what used to name Carnegie Hall. You know, in New
Carnegie
York.
Hall.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was a big
Man, that's one way to die in 1919.
bronchial
pneumonia.
Yeah, it's like you
Ooh,
would
that's a
survive that
boy.
now. You could probably survive that now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know.
Hopefully.
Yeah, well, like a lot of things, like even 20 years ago that were deadly are survivable. I mean, like, you know, remember the whole polio thing, like, you know, and then AIDS, you know, and then cancer, you know. And, we haven't cured cancer, but we have treatments, you know, like.
Apparently, they have to deal with each cancer separately.
Yeah, well, not you know, there's no two cancers that are the same.
Yeah, so that's why it's hard. They have to like come up with a cure for each unique cancer, and that's affecting whatever, and just how it hurts your body.
Yeah. Anyway, 1937,
Yes.
we have Edith Wharton Jones, a U.S. Pulitzer Prize-winning author for House of Mirth, dies at the age of 75. She kind of looks like Miss Frizzle. Slightly. It's
Kind of looks like Muffin in drag.
Muffin?
In drag.
Yeah, a little bit. Anyway,
Also-
next, yeah.
1956, Jackson Pollock, abstract artist, dies in auto accident, East Hampton.
Dang.
Yeah, he's got a lot of famous paintings.
Yeah, he
The
does.
Jackson Pollock.
Back when cars were not too safe.
Yeah.
No, cars were safe. They was all fucking metal compared to these fucking plastic shit we have now.
Crumple zones.
Exactly, crumple zones and just better
Night-
seatbelt.
1986, Chuck McKinley, American tennis player. 1963, Wimbledon, dies of a brain tumor at 45. Oh, that is horrible.
That sucks.
Not related to William McKinley.
No, apparently.
Yeah, no.
And now it's your turn.
Ooh.
Oh, that sucks. Oh, I know he wasn't. I know he wasn't Star Wars. Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, you know, he was Moff, right? Yeah. Yeah. Scotty.
All right, so 1994, right?
Yeah.
Peter Cushing, actor of Star Wars, and Doctor Who, dies of cancer at 81.
I don't know who he was in Star Wars. I mean, in Doctor Who, but he's Grand Moff Tarkin in Star Wars. Well, episode 4.
Peter Cushing. Did Peter Cushing play one of the Doctors?
I'm guessing.
Let's see.
I'm not sure myself.
Yes, he was a Doctor Who character. Let's see here.
Really?
He was one of the Doctors.
So he's English.
Yes. Wait,
But that's one of the requirements.
yes.
They have to be English.
Yeah, well, let's see here. He was born, Kenley, Surrey, England. Yeah. Anyway, one more.
Okay. So we're up to 2003. Herb Brooks, American ice hockey coach, dies in a car accident at 66.
Damn.
No relation to Mel Brooks.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I wonder if he died at the age of 66 on Route 66. You know, like because
Yeah, there's not a lot of context in that.
he died in a car accident. Was he on Route 66? Although 2003 Route 66 was pretty much gone. So.
True.
Oh man, is it my turn?
Yeah,
Again?
this one makes me a little sad seeing his name.
2014, Robin Williams. Moment of silence, guys.
Yeah.
He was a U.S. actor and comedian. Mork and Mindy, Good Will Hunting, Jumanji, what else?
Flubber.
Flubber, yes.
He was the genie in Aladdin.
Yes, he voice acted the genie in Aladdin. And many other things that I can't remember. But he was a funny guy.
He was a woman in a movie there.
Yeah.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes, thank you.
Miss Doubtfire. Yep.
Yeah, Miss Doubtfire, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Doubtfire.
Doubtfire, yeah. Unfortunately committed suicide by hanging himself at the age of 63. And why though?
Also, no one else knows about him. He was an avid gamer.
Oh yeah. Did he play WoW?
He named his. No, he played a lot of games. He named his daughter Zelda.
Oh wow. Zelda Williams.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, that's an interesting link right there. Nobody got the joke, really?
Yes, I get it.
A link. Yeah, a link.
Yeah. And then 2018, we have V.S. Naipaul, was a Trinidadian British writer. Middle Passage, dies at the age of 85. And unless either one of you want to take any of these other ones, that's the end.
I'll do it. I'll do one.
Okay.
Let's see. Ooh, yes. Trinidad Trini Lopez, American singer and guitarist. If I Had a Hammer, Lemon Tree, and actor. The Dirty Dozen dies of COVID-19 at 83. Oh, I've seen that movie, The Dirty Dozen. Not bad.
I've heard of it. So.
I watched it. It's pretty good.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Anyway, that concludes the show. Once again, you can check the underbar, the description for any links that you may find interesting, which also includes
Rogan TV on Twitch.
And everything Omni Coalition. Go check it all out. For all of you and all of us, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific time.
12 Central.
Scott? Eastern?
Yeah, I think it's 1 o'clock my time, Eastern.
Yes, it is true. And,
okay.
Of course, it's 11 for Mountain, and apparently 8 in the morning for Hawaii. So, anyway, I am A.O. Xander.
I'm Scott.
Troublemaker.
Troublemaker. Yeah, you are a troublemaker.
I'm a troublemaker.
Yeah, you are a troublemaker. And of course, you, the viewer, are you. And until you check us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Until then, toodles. Let's go, Brandon.